How's everybody doing? This is DTM with Vector Maestros. Coming at you one more time. We're going to edit a logo, and I want to edit a logo here, and it is the Vector Maestros logo illustration that I want to edit. There's a few styles that I tried when I was creating the logo, and it's been tweaked a couple of times. So now I want to tweak it one more time, and we're gonna go through that process. Some of that that process is gonna cover stroke styles, artboards, the pen tool, editing anchor points, and the Bezier curves. I need to look up how to say Bezier, that stuff. If you have any questions, please post them on the video. I will be able to answer them if I can see it. I'll be in the middle of trying to do something, so we'll see how that goes. So there we go. Come on, Illustrator. So these are some of the icons that I created when I was working on the Vector Maestros brand. Let me move some of these palettes out of the way. Here we go. And in the end, I came out with this main icon on the left, and then copied elements of this icon on the left to the rest of the icons that were created later. So our focus is not these on the right, even though we'll leave them there. Yeah, let's leave them there for now. And there is an Artboards window. There we go. Maybe so these are all the different artboards that have all these different things. So that's artboard 1. And then let's see that. This is called artboard, or it doesn't even have to be called artboard. It can be podcast. And then this is okay. And then this one, so you got the artboard. This is gonna be I forgot, what were these? The YouTube, the newsletter? Is this a newsletter? I think this is the newsletter. The newsletter, yep, email newsletter, that's what that was. And then this one is called, of course, the videos. Hey, videos. And the way I'm going in and changing these artboard names is by turning on my artboard tool here, clicking on the artboard that I want to edit, hit return, and then I have the artboard options. And this one, I think that was, oh, that's the email. That's right, email newsletter. That's what it was, newsletter. This one in the middle was the magazine. That's what it is, magazine. So I'm going in and changing the name of these artboards so that I can keep track. And then this last one is the blog. There we go. That's right, blog. So each artboard has a name, and this one is going to be just Vector Maestros icon. And it's the Vector Maestros icon that I am going to edit today. Sorry if I don't see your question. It's I have a few screens open, just trying to figure out what I have a few screens open, and can't keep track of all of them. So just let me know that you have a question, and if I can answer it during the video, cool. If not, I will answer them after. All right, so the icon. And so let's open the layers. These are my layers. And let's put the artworks away. And then the layers is where everything lives. So there's the blog. Yep, I was right. Email. And email copy. See, that's YouTube. um, yep, magazine, podcast, and then of course Vector Maestro. So I turned off the other one so I don't trip over them. I lock them, put a lock on it. I am going to copy Vector Maestros, duplicate, and lock the first one. Grab the second one. Actually, it's the opposite. Let's go like this. And just copy over. And just drag it. Alright, so now I'm going to zoom in. I like to use a lot of shortcuts, so Command plus on the Mac. It's going to be Control plus on the PC. And as you can see, I named all my layers properly so that I know what I'm doing. And so let's take a look at this. We have, so what is it that I want to change? So number one is, let's zoom in on this one we're going to edit. I want to change these corners. I don't want it to be a hard corner, and I don't want a soft corner as if I'm using the handles to make a smooth round corner. So instead, what I want to use my stroke styles that are listed right here, and I want my corners to be round. Let's see what happens. Look at that. It just rounded everything out. Let's go back and do it again. So there's a corner. It's hard edge corner. Focus on this right here. Let's focus on one part so you can see what I'm talking about. And let me clean this corner up. So let me get my pen tool pieces out. Get the one on the right and clean that up. And I think I have, yep, there are two. So let's go back. When you're working and doing things, you will notice sometimes look at that. There are 2 points right there. I don't like that. So that is gonna mess with me. So I'll tell you what, this is gonna take on a little bit of extra work. And what happens when you're working with files that you have to edit that is already done, there will be little things like this. Yep. So let me put a point right here. I'm sorry, a guide. I'm bringing in some guides. Let me throw this guide down here, and let me create a new layer, and this layer will have the guides. Let's go like this. Alright, come on. I'm highlighting this guide. I highlight my layer 18, go to object, arrange, set the current layer, and it did not work. Okay, let's do it again. There's the guide, and that's a guide. And I'm going to grab those 2 guides to layer 18 so that my guides live in a separate place than my vector lines. So let me move this guide over a little bit over, right around there. And that should be close to the spot, a little bit over again. No, come back. Let's move it over. Trying to fix this. Alright. I think that's better. It's still not right. It's trying to snap to where it doesn't want to be. Okay, so those are the guides. So lock the guide. Now I'm going to get my point and fix this, because there's a problem here. And I don't know why I didn't see that before. So let's get this point out of the way, and I need to get rid of that one right there. See, get my minus pen tool, click on it, goodbye, get back to my move tool, grab this and put it back where it was. And I can actually turn off the guides so I can see my anchor points. Come on, there we go. With this one, I just got rid of that handle, and I'm gonna get rid of this one here too, and it's not helping, so let's leave it. Alright, now as a matter of fact, let's go like this. Let's see what I got going on here. Oh, it doesn't help. So we have so that's okay, it's alright if we have that. So now I've fixed it, and I didn't know that was a problem. See, That's what happens when you go back and take a look at some of the work you've done. Like, oh, wait a minute, that wasn't right. So let me go fix this one now. So let's turn on the guides again. Lock this up. Turn the guides on. And as a matter of fact, let me look. Let's take a look. So this right here, and it's gonna be right around this mark right there. So let me lock it and grab another ruler. A guide, and set it where it goes. Let's take a look and see if that worked. That's close. Okay. So lock the layer 18. This has guides in it, and you can change the name of a layer by double clicking it, and the word will be highlighted, and you can then start typing whatever word you want. And I'm going to turn it off so that I can work here on this. So let me grab a point here. Come on now. Anchor. Oh, that's a good one. So this is perfect because this is the one I want to get rid of anyway. So there it is. Bam, gone. And let me straighten this one out by clicking on it. Done. So now I didn't even need the guides there on this one. Okay, so now that I've fixed this, and obviously it's not all the way right. How did I get this crazy curve in here? I don't know. Gotta get rid of it. Let's clean up artwork. Good thing is, oh, no, wrong one. The good thing is that this is all vector line work that can be fixed. And sometimes if this is all a shape, then that's kind of tough to fix that. And let me see this. Yep, that needs to go also. And I'm going to eyeball it for now, because if I were to go in and do a whole lot of fixing, then it's going to take a lot more time than what allows on Facebook. Alright, let's take a look again. Select all, and it's all vector lines. Okay, so there we go. Let's do this again. Everything is selected. I have my stroke, palette, window, panel, etc. And two things I want. I want there to be a curve here. I click on the round join, and look at that. It turned it into curves, at least the outside, not the inside. And I also want a curve at the cap of the line. So I'm going to click on the round cap. And there it is. And so now that kind of smooths out the edges of the design and gives it a whole nother style to go with it. And that's what I was really looking for. I wanted to be a softer look. And you can tell the difference in between these two. And you can see in the pencil tip, you can see the tip of the quill pen. You can see the edges of this rectangle down here. So the edges of the quill pen. Just about everywhere there is a corner. Nothing down here, it's all the same. But up here, anywhere there was a corner, it has smoothed out that corner. So there you have the end of the brush, right? So I'm going to zoom into this right here and fix this. There we go. I need to bring it in, and I'm using the arrows as I tap the edge of the line. I'm just moving it with the arrows. There we go. Done. Done. Okay, now I see a comment, so let me see what happened. I am keeping track. I always forget about the stroke options. Samara. Yes, ma'am. You got to use all the tools you can. And I don't ever use these much, except for some more common design styles that are happening right now that is very, very, very popular. So let me see this line. I don't like the way this line goes all the way through, so let me bring it in like this. And I'm grabbing the handles to move the curve. There we go. Let's see. Let's go like this. And even make it thinner. So it's a 4, so let's go with a 2. What happens with a 2? What is size? What size is this? That's a 2 also. So yeah, so 2 is better, right? Let me see. 2, and now I can see this one here needs changing. So as I'm doing all this, I need to also save. So save as, and because things happen, my internet has been a little wonky this afternoon, so I always save as an Illustrator file first. You always must have your Illustrator file. So UI icons 2, save it, and just hit OK. Don't worry about all this stuff here. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but nowadays. Alright, and there's this curve here is not so well. I need to grab this here, grab that point, bring it in. There we go. Yeah, this curve here is missing. Yep, it's not so round right there. I'm gonna leave it for now. There's some things you can fix easily, some things are gonna take a lot of time. So let me go back here, let me zoom out. And what I want to do with this icon is, of course, copy it and paste it into the rest of the pieces that go on the right hand side. So let me double check that we have any other comments. We're good. I think we're good so far. And gonna continue on. All right, so the next part I wanted to do is talk about the artboards, and there's a few things that comes down when you're working with the artboards. So you saw me change the name of the artboards here on the artboards palette, and which is also some of the same names that I have here on the layers. And it's important to learn your artboards because sometimes you need more of the same thing, like in a business card. And you have a business card design and you need to put in a name, but then there's 5 people who work at the company who need the same business card, and so you just need to be able to change the name, and so then now you need copies. So check this out. Let's see, let's do this. Let's grab, okay, so this is the new one, and we're gonna change the name. I double click the layer, so now it's Vector Maestro new. Hit OK, done. Done. And let me get rid of the old one, and I'm just going to turn it off, and I'm going to grab Vector Maestro new and move it over here. But let's say we have a business card, or in this example, let's say we want to try different colors. Alright, so we are in the Vector Maestro icon, and there's that. So check this out. I'm going to duplicate artboard. So now I have another one there, but I like to do it this way. I just did it, went Command Z to undo. So here's what I do. I go to open my artboard tool, and as you can see, my first artboard is highlighted, or I can highlight the second, third, etc. But it's going to be, get out of here. Get out of here. No, I don't want to. How does it? Okay, goodbye. All right, so we have the first artboard selected, and on Mac and PC you can hold down the Alt Option button, and I click down on the artboard and I drag it, and there you go. Now I have an exact copy of the first artboard, and of course this one's called 7 icon copy, and I kind of call it red. Watch, and I'm gonna call it red because, let me zoom out and go back to my selection tool. By going back to my selection tool, my artboard tool is done, and now I can select all the lines in this new artboard, go to my color, and change the color just like that. Come on, bam. So now it's red. And then I can do this, keep doing the same 100 times, right? You don't want to do it 100 times, but let's pretend that you need to do it lots of times. So let me go like this. I am grabbing the Alt button, clicking down and dragging on the artboard, and I'm making copies. And so now I click down and drag across the second red I made and call it, well, just change the color. Let's make it blue. Some kind of blue. There we go. How about that? There it is. And it's going to be called, it's not red, now is blue. Done. And let's pull this window over. So now this one, we're going to select this, everything in this artboard, and change the color to green or something. There we go. Let's do it green. And I can change the color here, the name, the word, from VM icon green. So let me zoom out by doing Command minus, or if you're on PC, it's Control minus. Let me get rid of that. Let me go ahead and save. And now I have made copies of one artboard that had the icon, and I have changed each of these artboard icons to a different color. So if I have a customer that wants to see their logo in different colors, then I can do that. So that's really, really, really cool. I like that. Let me check messages here. What do we have? Everything's good. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so to finish off this video, as I don't know how long we've been going now, I think it's been quite a bit. We have to go back and add the new icon to all these other designs. So I'm going to keep it short. I am going to go in and go on top of that. That's probably what I need to do. So here's how we're going to do this, because I want to keep it simple. So let's select all of this. Once I select everything that is in the first artboard, I am just going to hold down the Alt option, click down and drag, and I have made a copy. I just have a copy of the design. I did not make a new artboard. I didn't do anything else. I just needed a copy. So I'm going to highlight some parts because I need to get rid of the brush and the pencil. So I just click delete. Highlight the lines, click delete a couple times so it's all gone. Do it again, delete, delete that, go in here, delete that right there. Says, oops, wrong way. I'll zoom in. Sometimes you have to zoom in to get things the way you want. There we go, get rid of that line, get rid of that line, and now I see something that needs fixing. The work never ends when you're trying to get things right. But right now we just need to show off a little bit about what we got going on. Alright, so this is so the podcast, magazine, YouTube, email, blog layers are locked. That's okay, because I kind of just want to lay the new design on top of the old ones. And actually, yes. You know what? I don't need to do that. Changing my mind. What if I just grab this, lock all this up, and go like this? Yeah. But see, some parts already have the round corners and round edges, so that's okay. Go back to my stroke, round everything out. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yep, it rounded it out. There it goes. It's roundish, roundish, roundish. I was going to go in and replace this design, this icon, and all the other icons, but then I still have to do the roundness and all the other elements, and I just went ahead and did it by selecting the stroke. So it saved me a lot of work, but there it is, round, round, round. Yep, round. Let's zoom back out. So let me unlock these things, get rid of the guides. I don't need those guys. Let's get rid of the old Vector Maestros, and let's lock that out. Delete that, And how do we split these up? Because we have Vector Maestro's icon is in all of the same layer, but in different artboards, right? So let me save. Make sure you always save. All right, file and save. All right, next. So I need the red, the blue, and the green in different layers. No problem. Let's select to create a new layer. Layer 14. I highlight the green icon. Try to figure it out. But again, there's also a way to just grab the elements from inside the layers. There's more than one way to doing this stuff. And then just dropping it into the new layer. Can't stop me. Adobe Illustrator, internets, I will not be stopped. And see, look, now I'm gonna highlight that layer 14, call it VM green. Done. So let's do it again. Let's get you another layer. Let me lock out green, and now I'm gonna highlight the blue and click down and select all the highlighted layers that have the elements that I'm looking for. Here we go. Click down and drag. You're just selecting. Click down and drag. Now all the green is in layer 15. Well, actually the blue, right? That's VM blue. There it is. Lock it. Done. Now we have two. We have the red and the black. So make a new layer. I'm going to call that VM red. And then click down and drag across the red. Open the pen copy layer. Select the highlighted items. Click down and drag into VM red. Close that. I'm sure there's a shorter way of doing this, but this is the way we're gonna do it right now. Alright, so I hope some of these tips are helping. I hope you saw the benefits of using your artboards and of keeping track of your layers. Every layer has a name, has a list of things inside of there, and it's definitely helpful to work more efficiently this way. Okay, so export. Alright, so save it. Because we have to export and use this later, right? So I always export in high resolution. I use my downsizing workflow in Photoshop. But in Illustrator, I always export in high resolution. I export in this highest pixel density so that I can use it for print and everything else. So you go to File, Export, and then you get this window. So right now, the options are many, including JPEG and PNG. So I go with PNG, and this little option underneath says Use Artboards. You must use Artboards. Click on it. And then click on Export, Other, Resolution. There's other options here, including high, medium, etc. I go with Other, and then I type in 900 and leave the rest alone and click OK. And there we go. We're saving. So it's saving progress. It's going to take a while. It's get up, stretch out, stretch your neck, drink some water, pet your cat, and it's saving the PNG file, but it's also saving each of these artboards separately because we clicked on the artboards option. And so let's take a look at where it's going. Icons to videos. Oh yes, there it is. Look, and I saved each file, each artboard as a name. So there it is. UI icons 2, because it's the word 2 is UI icons 2. That's on the file name. And for each artboard, it named it according to the artboard. Each file is named according to their artboard. So I UI icons to blog, UI icons to email newsletter, UI icons to magazine, UI, and so on. You get the point. So yeah, this is a better way of working when it comes to artboards, when it comes to layers and editing vector illustrations in Adobe Illustrator. You must use the stroke styles, the pen tool, and I hope this was helpful. Check it out. Check us out online at vectormaestros.com. Subscribe to the YouTube and send us your questions. I love to answer new questions. I love to answer, explore new things that Illustrator has to offer. And we're always around on the internets. Peace out.